Hey China gang, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see, is going to be my mommy makeover. This is a part of my Christmas vlog, so that's why I'm in this very fairy godmother Christmassy spirit. So as you can see, I slapped down my mom's hair. I braided it back. She has her side shaved, so it was just the center I had to braid, and I'm just cutting the cap just because it's a bit tight for her. The products I'm using, I'm going to put down below, but I'm using the Bold Hold glue to secure that cap, and also I'm going to be using that to secure the lace. So this is a method that I like to use because she's not taking off her wig, she's actually keeping it on, and I'm just figuring out like where I want everything placed. So that's why I have the wig on right now. I'm combing it back. I'm just seeing like where we want to put everything. This is a 360 wig. I colored the hair and everything and process. I actually had to process this hair twice and then color it because I really wanted a in-between of bright and kind of like neutral. And I'm using my Got To Be Glue spray. I love this product for my lace. I prefer this actually over the glue, over the gel, because this just actually adheres better to the skin, and I just personally love it. Yeah, so like I'm just gonna fan down her head because I just sprayed that. You just want to make sure you have like some type of fan or like something, because you need it to be cool. It needs to be like a cool setting, and it would adhere, I feel like, a lot faster than the gel. You don't even have to wait as long. Sometimes I honestly just spray it on and like sometimes prep the hair, and while I'm waiting for it to prep, I'll do it. As you can see, I'm just getting a blade and I'm cutting off the lace. I prefer using a razor, like, because it's just, I don't know, it just comes off better. And then I take the tail comb and I press it down. I don't use my fingers for any of like anywhere that I put the glue or adhesive, because your fingertips have oil, and the whole goal is to make sure that you don't have any oil or anything on your head. Now my mom, she kind of sweats a lot. She's about to go to a event, so I know that it's gonna be hot, like it's a lot of people there, so I want to make sure I'm using the hold and I'm using the spray and it's staying, because I'm not sewing this down. This is just a glue method. And if this works for you guys, like, definitely thumbs up this video, because I'm telling you that the two hand in hand is like the best option. Like, if you really, this is not a waterproof method, but it's about close when you use the two of them. And that's basically like the goal for this event. Like, I have to make sure that it's almost kind of water resistant because of the amount of people that's going to be there and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, I'm cutting behind the ear because I had to shape it to, I didn't get to customize like where her ear was and everything like that, so I'm just sticking that down. This is a 360 wig. I don't know if I said that, but like, this is a 360 wig, so she wants the back and the front glued down, because she's gonna probably pin up her hair a lot after this event and all that stuff. So I have to make sure everything is like pinned down and ready for her. And like I said, keep using that tail comb, guys. Like, do not use your fingers. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Or use like a stick or anything that you have that's like isn't your fingers. That's the only thing I can tell you. So just, you're gonna see me touch up the ends. This honestly is the most tedious part of it all. And then I'm going to get a head tie and kind of let that set, and then I'll go back and do the baby hairs and all that good stuff. So yeah, just keep watching that. Hey guys, so you can see that like I said, I tied everything down, but I also pinned up the hair. I pinned up the hair to kind of just make it easier for me to tie it, and then I'm just combing it out. I'm gonna get the hot comb and I'm gonna comb out the hair because I'm gonna curl it and style it and everything, but I have to make sure this is butter. Like, I need this to be smooth and silky. So I'm getting the hot comb and just, you know, touching it up. Mind you, I already put product after washing this, and all the products that I use is BioSilk. The BioSilk hydration conditioner and the BioSilk leave-in conditioner is what I use for prepping this hair prior, and I use the silicone mix. So all three of those products is what I use to treat the hair after I colored it. So that's why it kind of looks like nice, shiny, and like it's very bouncy. Like, you guys, like, I was actually really surprised considering that I processed this hair crazy. Like, I used 40 fawn developer, I processed it twice, and then I dyed it, and I put heat to it, and it's still, you know, going. So as you can see, this is the baby hair part. I'm just getting the razor. I'm sorry I couldn't really show you guys how I did this. Like, I didn't realize the camera was at a bad angle, but honestly, I'm just getting the comb and the razor and like shaping it. So I shape it first and then cut it with the razor once I like, you know, where it's positioned. So I do that on purpose. I could cut the hair first and then, you know, do that, but I prefer doing it like this. And then I get the spray just to kind of hold it, and then after, I'm going to let it dry, let it sit, and then I'll rebrush the hair so that it kind of softens up a bit. So that's kind of the process of the baby hair. It's really not that difficult. I'm just gonna get your head tie and let that sit while you style the rest of the hair. And I only let it sit for a little bit. I don't keep it on for too long, like while I'm trying to style the hair, because I need to see like the front. So I only just have it on while I'm working on the back.
You got issues that I won't mention for now, 'cause we're falling apart. Listen, harder building trust from the distance. I think we should rule out commitment for now, 'cause we're falling apart. Leaving, you're just doing that to get even. Don't pick up the pieces, just leave it for now. You're falling apart. Listen, harder building trust from the distance. I think we should rule out commitment for now, 'cause we're falling apart. Leaving, you're just doing that to get even. Don't pick up the pieces, just leave it for now. You're falling apart. cleansing my soul of addiction for now, cause I'm falling apart. Yeah, tension between us just like big fences. You got issues that I won't mention for now, cause we're falling apart. Listen, part of building trust from a distance. I think we should rule out commitment for now, cause we're falling apart. Leaving, you're just doing that to get even. Don't pick up the pieces, just leave it for now. They keep falling apart. Listen, part of building trust from a distance. I think we should rule out commitment for now, cause we're falling apart. Leaving, you're just doing that to get even. Don't pick up the pieces, just leave it for now. They keep falling apart.
So as you can see, I'm pin curling the hair. I'm using, for flat iron information, I'm gonna have that also down below, but I'm using the Baby Bliss titanium line. I love my Baby Bliss. Like, it just does everything. This is, I believe, 1 inch. Yeah, this is 1 inch. And also, before I had flat ironed the hair, I had the Bio Silk hair serum. So you're gonna need some type of serum if you really want the hair. I don't know if you can kind of see, but especially in the front, you see how that looks like it's dry, but it's very shiny. Like, it doesn't look greased down. That's the word. It doesn't look like I put a whole bunch of oil and product, when actually, like I said, I really did treat this hair. So just get like some type of serum. The Paul Mitchell serum is really good. The BioSilk serum is really good. You just need some type of serum. Like, that's basically what it comes down to. And I'm just gonna spray the hair with the Gots to Be spray, and I'm just kind of taking the flyaways off of her face. So I'm gonna put a I would say this, yeah, hairnet, and I'm just gonna let her sleep on this. Basically, like, it was already late, so I'm gonna let her sleep on it, and then we're gonna come back when I'm actually gonna beat her face. So yeah. Okay guys, so this is the part where I beat my mother's face. I know how funny that actually really sounds, but yeah, like, I'm cleaning her face with sea breeze to kind of get any dirt and everything. She already washed her face with her face wash, I believe. My mom doesn't really use much on her face, so I'm just using the sea breeze and stuff to kind of get any extra flyaways off. Then I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics brow palette. Now, because she has this hair color, I'm going to have to use the Naked palette. I believe it's cinnamon. I can't remember the name, but I'll try to put it in. And I'm mixing the two. So I use the light brown and then from the BH Cosmetics. And then I'm using the orange color from the Naked palette. And that's how I got that, like, perfect cinnamon color for her eyebrows. She has like a red, like, kind of red orange pencil. I just really wasn't feeling to do anything like too harsh with the brows. I wanted it to be powder because I wanted it to be like a softer look. So you can see that's what I did. Now I'm going to be getting the MAC Deep Concealer Palette, and I believe I'm using the lightest color within that palette. It's very similar to the NC46. I don't have any more of it, so, like, I'm just using this one instead. Ironically, I feel like this undertone works better for her skin than the NC46 because that one I feel like would have been too, like, warm. Like, it just wasn't light enough for her. I feel like it's for a darker tone, so this worked out perfectly. So as you can see, I put the extra concealer on her eyelids because I need her lids to be even. So when I put the powders and stuff, it just would pick up a lot better. I'm using the Real Techniques blending brush to blend out everything. Honestly, you don't really need much brushes. It's really just your blending brush, your application brush, and then, like, another blending brush for your concealer, and then your face brushes. Like, so I feel like that's basically really all you need, or beauty blender, and that's kind of what I'm using. So as you can see, I'm blending everything out, making sure everything is even. Get between them brows, in the middle, you guys. I cannot stress how important that is, or else you will have a unibrow. Like, some people really come out with a whole unibrow and it's not cute. So I'm using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I love the setting powder. I do on a normal basis wear my Aerospun, I believe, Aerospun, yeah, setting powder. That's what you can get from Walgreens. It's like a cheaper alternative, but I love my Sacha Buttercup because it has more of a yellow undertone. I'm using the I think it's Soft Glam by Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm using the brown shade as my transition color. I'm actually using the brush from the palette as well, the blending brush from the palette. So if you guys were curious, I actually think this brush is very good for a brush that comes with the palette. I don't normally like all the brushes that come with my eyeshadow palettes, but this one actually is fire. So I use that to blend it out as a transition. I'm going back in with the Morphe palette. I'm taking the red cinnamon tone and I'm actually blending it in, I should say. And this is the Boss palette from Morphe. So I'm gonna, if you guys want, like, I'll do a video of this palette, because I feel like this palette is like perfect for the holidays. Like it has like every color that I like need to basically make a beautiful eye. And I'm also that dark brown that you've seen, I actually took it, I'm using the Kat Von D shimmer palette, and that's also that like glitter, the white glitter that you see that I'm putting on the center, that's what I'm taking from that palette. I'm gonna actually use that palette more often because I feel like, you know, it should be used more than it is. And the exact name of the palette is the Kat Von D Shade Light. So yeah, it's fire, guys. I love it. And the color, that color that I'm using is actually called Cinder, and I also use Oxy. So you see I'm using Fenty. It just works out that me and my mom are the same shade in Fenty. So in Fenty, I literally can use the same foundation for her because, I don't know, I don't really like any of her foundations. And that foundation is $3.90. I also use the Wet n Wild matte face primer. The reason why I use them, I've noticed that their matte primers, I want to say, actually are like, it's a cheap brand, yes, but it's very high quality, and I've worn it to a lot of functions and it lasts. So I use that, by the way, before prepping her skin. Now my mom doesn't really like too much makeup, so this is like a beat down for her, yes, but as you can see, I'm using very soft tones, or like I wouldn't say natural tones, but like basically softer tones as eyeshadow colors, because she's not really fond of the too much bright colors on the eyes. So yeah. So as you can see, I'm just gonna blend out everything. I'm going to go back with that I believe is what, ecstasy. Yeah, it's from the Kat Von D, that same palette. It's a very nice black shimmer, but it doesn't come like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like perfect. Like it's not that creamy, so I feel like I can blend it a lot better. Now the trick that I do with her eyeshadows, I always put the product at the tips and blend it in. I don't just start from the inner corners and blend out. So that's the trick that you guys could try to use when you want to do something like soft or subtle. You put the lighter shade inside the eyelid, but then the darker shades on just the outside. So when you're blending outside in versus inside out. And then I'm just taking that same eyeshadow and I'm putting it on her line, because I'm not using eyeliner. She doesn't want eyeliner. She's gonna have lashes, and just smoking it out like a smoky eyeliner. And I just clean up these sides. And so, funny story, guys, I'm using the big bold mascara. I believe this is from Maybelline. I'm just, honestly, like, just from, use any mascara that you have. Honestly, this part, it doesn't really it doesn't really matter. But I was using her magnetic lashes, so I might do a video on this soon, but I literally got magnetic lashes and she like got obsessed, and it's so hard to put it on yourself, guys, so putting it on somebody else was even more difficult. So honestly, after all this, like, I clipped it on. The magnets did clip on here and there, but as you can see, I had to go get glue, because like the edges to me weren't like clipping the way they should, and I wasn't about to have her look crazy with her lash falling off. So I had to get that glue and stick it on. And then as you can see here, I'm baking her face like crazy, guys. I'm Patrick starring her face right now. Like, I'm slapping on powder. Like, I'm trying to get it as baked as possible because I don't want anything to move. So I just slapped that on there, and I'm getting the Wet n Wild pink blush that I have. I love Wet n Wild's blushes. They give me life. I love them. And while I let her bake, I'm going to work on taking out her curls, getting everything all fluffed up, and done. So just watch this part, guys, and we're almost close to the end. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I am just taking off all of that bake that I did. I'm using my MAC bronzing powder. Honestly, guys, like, this is my holy grail. I have to use some type of face powder when taking off like any type of setting powder, because I hate when you take the flashlight and like you just look and you realize that there's still residue left over. And that's basically the trick on getting, like, preventing flashback. Like, you just want to make sure that all the setting powder is completely removed, and a lot of the times you cannot see it because it's some of it just blends into your skin, so you really can't tell. But as you can see here, I just cleaned up her face, and I'm using the Wet n Wild highlighter. That's what I'm putting on her cheeks, and I'm taking that same heat palette and the same powder that I use for her brows. I'm bronzing her face, or contouring her face with it. I didn't contour really her nose and all of that. Like I said, I wanted to kind of keep her still like soft glam. Like, she didn't want anything too harsh. So yeah, so that's that. And to finish the look, I sprayed her down with some Mario Badescu rose water spray. I have to do that. And I just touched up with that same Kat Von D palette in the front, now that her face is kind of like sprayed down with the rose water. And that's it, guys. Like, that's all I had to do. And this is my mommy makeover. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs this up. There's also share, and also just put down below if you did a mom makeover for your mom, or like, you know, maybe her birthday, whatever. Just comment down below and even insert like a cute little photo. And that's that. Bye guys.
Listen, part of building trust from a distance. I think we should rule out commitment for now.